Hey Gunnar, David, Wahid, nice to meet you guys. Thanks for coming.
Hello. Unfortunately, my camera is not working. I don't know why, to be honest.
Have you tried punching it?
Does not seem to work.
Oh, no worries.
I think I will try to rejoin.
Okay. And actually, I liked your background there for a second. You were in like some warehouse somewhere.
I work at this company called Clutter, and we do like storage in our warehouses, and so it's one of our warehouses.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I know Clutter.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Nero.
Wait, Reese, how do you have that like blurry effect on your background?
It's a bit of software that I have, XSplit vCam.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do all sorts of things with it. So that's the original without the blur and my wardrobe in the background. But you can also stick on custom backgrounds. It's really, really useful. I use it for work all the time.
Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, I think we'll get started. I'm sure there will be a few people that are stragglers that'll join, but thank you guys so much for coming, taking some time on a Sunday, signing up for some random group where we all hang out on a video chat. It's a brave thing to do, but just so you know, the kind of the origin story is literally I just posted on Indie Hackers because I had another idea I wanted to do, and this got like so much attention that I realized how much work it was going to be too. So I was like, oh shit, I can't even build my own thing I want to build. I have to like go do this thing now. And so we're 4 weeks in. The first group didn't make it. They've merged into group 2. Group 2 is in their 3rd week. So we just had their call earlier today. And that's kind of who was commenting on that Indie Hackers post is all those guys just saying that they've found it valuable. But what we do here is really very simple. I mean, I think just getting some face-to-face time with other people that are making things at the same product stage that you are is just a qualitatively different experience than kind of even just posting on Indie Hackers and getting feedback and stuff. So some of the things that have gone or work really well are getting different opinions on whatever you're working on at the moment. So just post them in Slack. Try and use threads as much as possible when you're giving feedback on something. That way one person's question doesn't just take over the whole chat. Other than that, feel free to reach out to people individually if you want to do like customer interviews with them or whatever the case may be, or see what they're working on. For you guys, this was the first week where one, I started 2 groups at the same time. And 2, was able to split product or people into different groups based on where their product was. So you guys are a little earlier in the process than the other group. The other group had a lot of people that either have products that are generally available or in the alpha or beta stage. And a few of you indicated that you're slightly earlier than that. So that's kind of cool that you guys are all kind of at the same product phase, validating ideas, probably talking to initial customers, trying to get people just on the phone or over email to just respond to simple questions like, does this thing have value here? So essentially there are a few daily tasks. The way it works is, did everyone get access to that Airtable? I put it in the topic in Slack. So very first thing to do, there's a members tab. Just put what you're working on and who you are in the members tab. That way people can kind of reference things, because I mean, I know that we're 15 now, but we won't be 15 in a week, I promise. People will drop out. And there's nobody that's allowed to just kind of like hang out and watch. This is not for observers. This is for doers. There's plenty of places online for you to kind of just lurk and hang out and watch. This is not one of those places. So obviously, like most of us are doing this on the side. I'm doing this on the side. So it's not like a military boot camp or anything like that. But try and participate. Try and get involved. Try and give feedback. Try and get feedback and kind of stay on top of the stand-ups. Which brings me to the second point. The stand-ups. Very simple. It's just, again, in the Airtable sheet, there's another tab called stand-ups. In the morning, just put what you're working on. In the evening, what you finished. That's it. And I've been experimenting with a point system. So I'll be kind of keeping points about how many people put or how many times you do your stand-up and your stand-down. And then at the end, we're going to do kind of like a quasi competition where we all vote on our favorite project. And that's kind of the winner. Still not sure exactly what the winners will get, but I don't know, swag, just something fun, whatever you guys think. And so really just that's it. It's the daily kind of stand-ups and the weekly kind of video hangout like this. This is also the first group where I'm not actually participating in it. So I'm doing this thing, the XOXO thing with group 2. So I won't be posting my stand-ups in here because I'm not like officially part of your group, but other than that, everything will work the same as it has for group 2. And then every week we try and do kind of a weekly AMA. So last week we did Damian Thompson. It was all about sales. I can post that YouTube video for you guys. I think I posted it in the main Slack channel as well. And I think that's about it for me. So maybe at the end we can circle back to questions you might have about like the program or myself or anything like that. But I think for the rest of the time, we can just quickly go through a couple minutes, just describe kind of who we are, what we're working on, and what we hope to accomplish at the end of these 30 days. And with that, who would like to go first?
I'll go. I studied entrepreneurship. I've been a long time interested party in the whole idea of setting up companies and business, but I've never actually done it. So I'm very much that person that has the ideas, has the thoughts and the ambition, but just doesn't have the motivation, or worse, well, not worse. The motivation is the lack of the motivation is the problem. So this is one of the reasons why this group I think is going to be useful for me, is to try and kickstart some of the motivation. But it's as much as anything, I kind of I fall over on the skills, because I think, oh, it'd be great if I had this app, or I did this website, or I did this product, and then like I can't do any of that stuff, so I don't know what to do. So for me, I'm very much early stages. I have lots of ideas of things I think would be good, but I don't necessarily know how to validate them. I know, setting up a landing page, get people to join a news group and newsletter and various other things, but I struggle with it. So very much at early stages, but I have lots of different ideas that would be good to discuss with you guys over time. And I'm based in Scotland, in the UK, just outside of Edinburgh.
Cool.
I can go next, if that's fine. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. So my background is in e-commerce. So I studied software engineering. And on the side, I was also very interested in e-commerce. So I started selling on Amazon, started selling on eBay. So I've learned a lot there. Created a brand. It was doing pretty well. But the one thing I don't like about e-commerce is that, especially with Amazon, you're stuck on a proprietary platform. And if anything goes wrong, they kick you off. Your business is dead overnight. So I wanted to take what I learned from that side, the specialized skills in e-commerce, and kind of build products for e-commerce entrepreneurs, and kind of take myself out of the rat race and just provide value and solutions from the perspective of someone who's been in that business. So that's where I came up with an idea of providing like cross-platform metrics to monitor e-commerce businesses. That's what I was working on. But right now, I still want to validate whether or not there's actually some value there. And so that's where I've been stuck on at the moment. I built a landing page, and now I'm just talking to customers, trying to get customer feedback. Yeah, that's all for me.
Great. And how far along are you on the product side? Is there a product yet, or just the landing page so far?
So I built a landing page, and the one thing I kept in mind the entire time, after talking to a lot of different people and also reading this book called The Mom Test, was to not build anything. And so I was very adamant. I really don't want to build anything until I can do like something very, very minimal that proves that there's something there. So I have mock-ups of a dashboard that doesn't even really exist, but it just shows how it would look on the landing page. And so the point was to try to get signups using that instead of building anything.
I love that. Well done. An excellent restraint. I struggle with that myself. I'm actively trying not to build anything for like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though, Slack isn't the best. I have no love for Zoom, etc.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's actually another gentleman in group 2 that's working on a similar type of problem in the e-commerce space. Maybe I could introduce you to, and
yeah, sounds good.
You guys could chat. All right, thanks, Wahid. Who would like to go next?
I can go. My name is xoxo. So I work in product at the startup called Clutter right now. And with this, I'm really trying to like work on my development chops because I majored in CS in college, but I haven't really done that since I've been doing more like product management type work now. So I'm hoping I can get from this group is just like I can like code and do that, but like sometimes I have trouble figuring out like what like stack should I use to actually solve this problem, or like kind of how do I go about this? And so I want to get better at that and get that advice from the group. The um, app I'm trying to create is right now I'm thinking of like creating a Chrome extension to help kind of like real estate investors source properties and like find good investments. Basically like an extension that can like, you're on Zillow, you can click on it and you can see like, okay, this is what the kind of gives you like additional information. That's the idea. I think in the e-com space, like there's an extension called Jungle Scout that people use when like looking on Amazon to see how products are doing. And that's kind of inspiration for that, taking that same idea into real estate. And so, yeah, I've just had the idea. I haven't started working on it yet, but I'm hoping you guys can help me out, especially if anyone's built a Chrome extension before. Cool.
Cool. Thanks, Akshay. All right, roll, Gunnar.
Hey, so I'm Gunnar, and I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I have kind of a background in finance. I've worked as a bookkeeper for a few years, and I've invested for a really long time. Now I'm studying computer science in school, and I'm working on this financial research tool for investors called Relica, and it's kind of going to be like a sort of like a researching tool that helps you find and pick stocks and just kind of stay organized.
Very cool. How far along are you on the product side?
About probably like 80% of the way down, 90%. I'm very close to the finish.
And did you do any customer interviews along the way, or is that going to be part of your goal for this next 30 days?
Yeah, I kind of did that all like before I built the app. I've been talking to people about it for a long time.
Very cool.
So yeah, kind of got a plan.
Damn, all you guys are so disciplined. Well, he's not building shit when he very well could. Like, you did your customer interviews before you built anything. Dude, I'm like, maybe I'm not the right guy to be leading this thing. I'm joking. This isn't about me at all. It's just a joke. All right, David, we've got Raul and Ranbir.
Shall I go next?
Sure.
I'm an electrical engineer by training. I spent some time with a regular job. I always liked the web development and the web space, but from the training I got, I never it naturally flow into that. It was just more like a hobby. Sometimes I did some small website. And in the last 3 years, 3 years ago or so, I got fired from my job. The company was closing down, and so I took some time to think about what I wanted to do next. I had started listening to indie hackers, I think, at that point, and I was like getting into this, okay, can I create some passive income or some kind of product that I can live from? And I've kind of been dabbling since then. I haven't really, I've started several things. I created an ebook. I was trying to get into the Kindle, selling on Kindle. I had some friends that were making money doing that, but I wasn't doing a very good job. So I got some other opportunity. I got sidetracked. I started building a website for partnering with a guy that was renting apartments in Vietnam, and I was building the website, but that didn't work out either. I then basically this leads me to where I'm now, which is I'm freelancing as a web developer, and I still feel like I also need to learn a bit more. I don't feel like super confident building things, and I managed to get by with the money that I get from clients, and but I do still have to build that up, I think, in terms of like, I don't feel like also very confident that next month I will have clients or I will be able to make money doing this. And so right now I do have some ideas. But I think the point where I would start, I'm not sure what I would like to achieve in these 30 days, or mainly it will be like kickstarting the process, maybe getting some momentum going. But I think I should start by maybe sharing some of the ideas that I'm thinking about, maybe on Slack or even on Indie Hackers, and then choosing something from that list and trying to start building something.
Awesome, very cool. I love the electrical engineering to computer science transition. That's always cool. Whenever we're looking for people to hire at my day job, I always highlight those people because they're generally like more interesting. Anyways, thanks, Raul. David or Ranbir?
I think I will go next. So, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm David from Germany, so I'm not fluently speaking of English, so maybe there's some language problems, but yeah. I'm studying computer science and currently writing my bachelor thesis, and it's kind of annoying and I don't have that much fun. To be honest, it's about 3D printing and interaction between humans and computers. And yeah, that's why I searched for an idea to get my first software as a service running. So I got an idea to build a website generator for photographers and models mainly, so they can put in their Instagram Instagram account, and yeah, with mainly one click they can generate a whole portfolio, and there are colors extracted from the feed so that the page fits to the colors of the photos. And I know many photographers and some models that have problems with finding or building a website, even with tools like Wix.com or something, because they aren't into computers that much. So I think I hope it's a good idea to give them the opportunity to create a portfolio with a simple click.
All right, very cool. And have you done any kind of customer interviews for that? Interviewed any models or photographers?
Yeah, I've talked to two people on Instagram I know from. They live near in the area where I live, and two of them, both of them said, yeah, they think it's a great idea, but they have to see something like a prototype, so they aren't that good at imagining how the end product could work. So I think that's the basic goal I want to achieve in the next 30 days. I've already done some Instagram API fetching and stuff, and yeah, I think it could probably work. That I have a basic program or service at the end of the 30 days.
Cool. Yeah, I would just be careful too. I think this is one of those ideas where with this audience in particular, you'll get a lot of yeses, like a lot of like positivity coming from them about the idea. I would like really test their willingness to pay. Because that would be my concern is people build it, you build it, people love it, they're using it all the time, but they won't even pay 99 cents to do it. That would be my biggest worry for you. That's awesome. Yeah. Cool idea.
I think that's the biggest problem for hobby photographers and stuff, because if they don't earn any money, they won't pay me money. Yeah, I've got that anxiety too, but I think maybe there are some advertisement approaches to earn money. So I don't know. I have to figure it out, but the idea is there, and I have to validate it.
I'd recommend reading the Mom Test if you haven't already. It basically teaches you how to talk to your customers without introducing the bias that you're creating the product from your site. It'll really help you figure out whether or not the customers are willing to pay, or they're just saying things just to please you because you're the one pitching the idea. So it's a really good read.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks.
All right, thanks, David. Ranbir, last but certainly not least.
No, so my internet was not working, so I was not able to really hear what others had to say, but I'll go next. My name is Ranveer, and I'm trying to build a tool called GoVisual. I incidentally posted on the journal channel, which I don't think everyone liked, but yeah. So it's a basically a chatting tool where people we allow bloggers to basically create different kind of custom uh, management. For example, let's say they have something to sell. They can basically create a custom chat thing on their website, and they can basically talk to their customers. I as in For the MVP, we have built a Telegram bot where they can basically put a custom widget on their website, and the readers can subscribe to their newsletter using the Telegram, and the customers can basically get the notification. The readers of the customer can basically get the notification whenever there's a new newsletter out from the customer side, and also the readers can basically in turn call have a chat with uh, the 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 newsletter provider as well. So that's for the MP. The big term goal is to create all type of custom flows on every type of chat that is available. For example, let's say if your customer is on WhatsApp, or if your customer is on Messenger, or if your customer is on any other type of chat, we can basically create custom flows. For example, if you want to sell let's say a subscription for, let's say, $7, $14 for your gold membership or diamond membership, you can directly do that from chat, and your user don't have to go and use different kind of things. That's a big goal, but for MVP we have done the newsletter thing for now.
Very cool. And I apologize. I got aggressive with you in the Slack channel. I just with these kinds of groups, the tendency will be for them to just become like spammy marketing channels for people that drop in. And so I was just trying to like cut that stuff off. So I apologize.
I understand that.
But I mean, inside your group, like it's all about like, having problems with this. My question is that, like, but it's not in a promotional sense. It's like,
I understand your point of view.
Cool.
That's all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. If you guys don't have any questions for me, again, I think most of you guys have done it already, but the Airtable, just putting yourself in the members channel and then doing your daily stand-up. And yeah, I mean, the first week is generally a little bit quiet because you guys don't know each other, you guys don't know me. But as you kind of like post things or ask questions of people, it's like, oh, maybe Lakshay is like really insightful with product stuff. And like, so like he kind of becomes the group's like go-to kind of like product guy, you know what I mean? Or somebody else is really good at design, and you kind of learn about each other. And week 2 and 3 is when you kind of get like, you might have little wins, like somebody posted on Indie Hackers and it went, on the front page or whatever. And that is another thing too, if you guys are going to launch. So I don't like when people drop in and just like slam their product on like the general channel. However, I totally believe like all of these things are fucking rigged, and like we should help each other trying to get to the front page of whatever we need to. So if it's like Product Hunt or like Indie Hackers or like Hacker News, and you want to do a launch of a post there, I'm totally in favor of like us rigging the shit out of that, because it's like more or less already rigged. I mean, if you guys know anything about how like the internals of like YC work, I mean, the cards are stacked up against us. So I think we should take whatever advantage we can. And yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions for me on like how to run this thing, again, it's super new. So any kind of feedback about format or other questions or concerns or whatever the case, just shoot me a message, or you can ask them now too if you guys have any questions. If not, I will let you guys get back to your Sunday.
I have a quick question. So like, should we just, is a group channel like where we should primarily like ask questions and do things? Like general is really just for like if you have anything to share to like everyone?
I have no idea what the general channel will be used for. At the moment, basically every chat, every interesting thing is happening inside the groups channel. I mean, I feel like the group thing is like kind of your safe private space to like post work in progress stuff. And I don't know what the general channel will be used for. Like there's not enough people yet to like really make the general channel like that interesting.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you have any ideas for what that should be for.
I'm curious because I just want to ask, like, has someone like built a Chrome extension before? Because it's like that's kind of right now, and like
I have that. Yeah.
I've done.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
and yeah, I guess I got people in my group that are gonna
But yeah, totally. Feel free to post that in the general channel. That's a great question.
Thanks.
Cool. How do the daily stand-ups work?
So if you go, have you gotten into the Airtable?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a tab called stand-ups. So I'll do one now. So we're in week 1, day 2. We started yesterday officially. Put your name in, stand up like I'm working on whatever. That's it, and that's your stand up. So like, if you guys are following along with me on the Airtable, I'm not sharing my screen, but there's like a week column, a day column, your name, and you just put the stand up, what you're working on, and then stand down is like at the end of the day, whatever you finished. That's it. So it's not supposed to be intrusive. It's just supposed to be like everybody can see what everyone else is working on and try and keep people accountable. And oddly enough, just by kind of observing other people putting down what they're working on every day, forcing yourself to do that too, has been like a multiplier effect for productivity for people. I think it's one of the things I found most surprising about doing this is like how effective this stupid Airtable sheet has been about like keeping me on track and actually moving forward. And then, yeah, the members thing is just a place to put your kind of goal for the 30 days. So you can measure up like where you started and where you ended up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, guys. I think that's it. I'll see you guys on Slack and have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you very much. Catch up with you all soon.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.